This is the 20-second LeetCode challenge, and it is called Generate Parentheses. Given n pairs of parentheses, write a function to generate all combinations of well-formed parentheses. So if you get 3, it does 1, 2, 3 opening, then 3 closing, 1, 2 opening, 1 closing, then 1 opening, and then 2 closing, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, then 1, like that. So maximum lengths are anywhere from 1 to 8. Okay, I'll go set up the project now. Okay, so let's get started. So, not exactly sure how to approach this. So if we think, first one, it does 3 opening, then 3 closing. It does 2 opening, 1 closing, 1 opening, 2 closing, 2 opening, 2 closing. So you need to keep track of every opening and every closing. The first character in the string must be opening, the last character in the string must be a closing, and then it's just shifting through whereabouts the other opening and closing go. So it starts off 3, where does it change? So it's these two swap, and it's like these two swap. Actually, that's a starting point, so we'll start off with current parentheses equals new list. Also create var output equals new list. And we'll just put the return at the bottom. And we'll just do, actually no, this should be an array. New string, and the size of it will be n times 2. And then we're going to fill it up with for int I equals 0, I is less than current parentheses dot length, and I plus plus. We would do if I is less than or equal to n, current parentheses I equals opening, else current parentheses is closing. So we've got an array with the initial one. It should be a character array actually. Okay, so we've got this one. Let's say this one moves to the right one, and then it moves to the right again. So what I'm currently thinking is we start looking from the right here, or I guess here. We then go left until we get the parentheses, and then we swap. Then that is a change. Actually, that doesn't. What I'm thinking doesn't work, because once we're at this one, these have moved. Actually, that kind of works. So what I'm thinking, for this first iteration, you move this one down to the right until it gets to the end. You then reset it, then you grab these two and you move both of them down, and until you can't move both of them anymore. Okay, so when you can't move them all anymore, that's when you go back to this one and move it down. Maybe I think a function might be needed for this. We'll have a private string move parentheses. This will take current parentheses, and don't know if current iteration is needed. Actually, yeah, needs that. Int iteration, and we'll include the output. Actually, I want to go back to this. So when both of them have been moved, so we're going to be keeping track of this index the whole time, and if this index plus iteration goes past this, then it can't be done. So we'll do for int I equals current parentheses dot length minus 1, I is greater than, which for the sake of this we'll do current length, wait, no. For the sake of this, we'll do 0, but we're going to be breaking out anyway. We will then do if current parentheses I equals opening, right index equals I, break. So we now have our starting point, and then iteration tells us how far backwards we need to go. So we'll change this to 0. Well, the first thing we'll write here, output.add current iteration to string. So we've got the first one added. I'll put return output here as well. So I've got the right index. If right index plus iteration equals is less than current parentheses dot length minus 2, then that's when we do this. Oh, that should mean I. Just initialize it as -1 for the sake of it. Actually, no, we'll just do int max, so then this will stop running. So if it's greater than iteration, then we actually run it. Otherwise, that's when, yeah, that's fine. What we then do is if iteration is greater than 0, that's when we rerun this. Why isn't this working? Okay, we'll just change output. Wait, why would... oh, we'll just change this to list. So it's going to go through all the levels of iteration. Actually, no, this should be while. And then what we do is temp index for I equals 0, I is less than iteration plus 1. Maybe I should keep that as 1. Oh, whatever. I plus plus. Oh, no, I don't need to do any temps at all because we know exactly what values we're doing. So we will do current parentheses right index minus I int current index equals right index minus 1. We then do current index plus 1 equals opening, and then we do current index is closing. Okay, so with this example, let's say we're doing this one to here. Current index, so this is right index minus I, which will be 0, so it's this one. This one plus 1 goes to here, and then this one goes to here. We then do plus 1 on the iteration, so this will be 1. So 2, 1, right index minus I, which will be 1. So then this is the closing one, goes to here. It will then move this one to here, and then the closing one here to here, which is this. I think that's how it works. You know, I have no idea if this is going to work, so let's just run it and see what currently it does. Actually, no, I need to change something here. While iteration, where did that go? Oh, it can just be a for loop. For int I, don't need to see anymore. For int I equals 0, I is less than, I want to say n minus 1, I plus plus. Then do output equals I output here. Let's run and see how it goes. Okay, so index is outside the bounds of the array. What values do we have? So that's move parentheses. Iteration is 0. Oh, why is right index this? Alright, that's what I did. So current parentheses I is 6. Current parentheses. Wait, how did that happen? The length is 6. So why's... oh, wrong way around. Minus minus. Now let's rerun it. Actually, I realize I didn't change this here. So right index, right index plus iteration, right index plus plus, and I also forgot to add the new one to the list, the actual string. Okay, now let's run it. Okay, what's actual output system car? Didn't I turn it to a string? Oh, maybe it should be string.join. Okay, well, C# convert car array to string. I don't know why that's not working. I thought just to string would have worked. Okay, that's one new string. So we do that, and then we go back here and do the same thing here. Now let's rerun it. Okay, so that didn't do what I wanted. I have no idea how this happened. Did I do this wrong? I guess we'll have to just debug and go through everything. So if it's less than or equal to 10, n, yep, gets added again, yep, gets added again. N divided by 2, no. If I is, okay, it should just be less than. We'll just run it like normal. Okay, now it's doing the correct one. And it did work initially, but I need to initialize it back to this. Okay. So we'll create a function for, this is car array create initial, oh yeah, into n. And we'll just chuck this code into there. Then we'll call the function to create this. And then, so when it's over here, move parentheses, current parentheses, we need a, do we need to redo this? I think so. I'm not sure if that's what needs to be done, but let's just run it and see. Oh, that looks good. Let's compare that. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Got 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. 2. Yeah, that looks like it's worked. So let's grab this code and we will put it into the solution on LeetCode. But first we'll run it with the test ones just to make sure. Name remove parentheses doesn't exist in solution. Where did I do that? Oh, I forgot to copy over this code. So copy that and bring it back over here. Run. That worked on both test ones, so now let's submit and hopefully it's all good. Wrong answer. 4. So that's the output, expected output. So far it's all correct. Okay, so this is my one, this is their one. So far, first line's correct. This is correct. It's when it's here where it's wrong. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So we did this one. We did this one, which is there. I'm not sure which ones it missed. I'm just going to copy these into here. Oh, that's more zoomed out than I thought. So I can visually see which ones I've done. So we did this one. We did this one. We did this one. We did this one. We did this. Actually, so we did this, this one. We did this one. We didn't do that one. Okay, I think I need to change how that works. So we need to do it. So if we're doing iteration 2, which is that one, you do iteration 2 once, you then do iteration 1 once, then you do iteration 0 to the end. Then you do iteration 1 once again, then to the end, and keep doing that. Then here you do it again. So that I need to change it so it does that. Okay, so right index, this is retrieving right index. So while right index plus iteration. Yeah. So I think we need to put this into here, I think. Okay, well I should copy this and create another test one. So let's see if that does what I think it does. So with that change I made, hopefully it's now what it's meant to be. Doesn't look like it. So expected output 1. Did I copy the right one? No, I didn't. This is meant to be expected output. Okay, let's rerun it. So top one, expected output. Bottom one, actual output. Okay, there we go, that looks much better. Yeah, because I was only running it, or because I wasn't running it each time the outer one ran, I was skipping a whole heap. So I just needed to add this into the inner loop. So right here. Okay, now submit. Still wrong output. I thought I got the right one that time. No, I didn't. There's a whole extra line missing. Oh, okay. So this one's move right, move right, move right. And this is 2, then 1 right. So these are the same. This is just doing this one after the other. Then we go to here, which is... No, so we go to here. This one is move 2 to the right. Then this one is move 1 to the right. And then it's move 1 to the right again, which it did. Then we go back here and move 2 to the right again, which is this. So we'll change it. So we do this, then we do this one. How do we go from here to there? These two swapped. So up here, these two go into the middle. And then these two go back here. But why didn't mine do that? I think I may have done it wrong here. The math for it. Yeah, so I shouldn't be adding the iteration, because we're just moving the right one. We're not moving... The second one can't go to the end, it's just the right one. Okay, let's run that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's still not correct. Although I'm just going to do that in here, just so I can see what the actual output is. So now it's doing it wrong there. How did that happen? Okay, that's why I had that there. I understand now. Okay, whereabouts is this one done in there? Wait. I'm missing a whole parentheses. Is that the actual output of what I got? Okay, yeah, so for this one, it just straight up added a new opening parentheses. Not sure how. So I guess let's go find out. Yep, so switch there, fine, switch there, fine, switch there, fine. So we returned it back to normal. And yep, switch those two. Then did going back to 1. Well, that's fine. Set back to normal. Okay, I'm not sure how I did that. I'm gonna restart that. Hopefully I can quickly get back to where we were. So fine, 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 fine. I think it was this iteration where iteration greater than 0. Okay, it was on the 0 one, so return output. And that was in here. So we moved 2 down. We did that. So we still have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we need to keep track of what it currently is. So it was just overrid it then. Can we do... I want to clone it so it has the same values, but make sure no reference. Okay. So current parentheses dot clone. And then when we're here, we do the other way around. Current parentheses equals previous dot clone. Wait, why isn't it coming up? Why isn't that working? Okay, I guess we'll just change that to array.copy2. So source is this, and the length is this. So we do the same thing down here, but switch these around. And then at the bottom, when we've made these changes, we then copy the current to the previous. Okay, well, let's see what it does. I'm having some problem running it, so... Okay, so it does go here. Actually, let's restart that. So I've got previous, current. Yep, so it copies it. Current. It's all the same values. And we do the same thing the other way around. But I just want to make sure current has its value changed. And previous doesn't. Good. So now we copy that. Oh, wait. Yep. So now we're copying that to the previous. Yep. Right index. We then go on there, which is all good. So what are the values now? Okay, so it's been swapped once. So iteration is currently 0. Oh wait, no, that is fine. So we need to go to iteration 1. Now we do it. Yep, so iteration 1. It's been changed. Then do copy at the previous, which that's all good. But then we want to, this is going to be running iteration 0, which is all fine. Okay, we now want to skip this until it's at the end of there. We are now back here. Where's previous? These should be open, 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 close, open, close, open, close, close, open, close. So that is, it's now the same. Copying those back there. Okay, now, yep, that looks like it worked. So let's remove these and continue. Which for some reason just isn't working. I'm just going to copy all this, put into LeetCode, and then run it. So copy and paste into here. Now submit. Wrong answer again. So it looks like it's done more this time. Okay, so same, 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 same. Okay, so what happened from here to here? So for when I did it, this one stayed, and then these two shifted over. But on their one, okay, I see what's happened. I'm going like 3, 2, 1, but theirs is 3, 1, 3, 2. So I just skipping them. So what we need to do is, okay, so for int I equals iteration -1, I is greater than or equal to 0, I minus minus, we then do this, we're passing in I, but we also need to copy the previous one to the current. No. Yes. Goes here. I'll do the test one just to verify. Okay, that's all good. Now let's submit. Okay, there we go. We finally got the solution. That was a pretty interesting challenge to work on, and it forced you to look at all these little edge cases for how the parentheses can be laid out. So that was the 20-second LeetCode challenge called Generated Parentheses. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe.